Yo, what's up, guys? Another video coming back at you here. We're going to be doing a no-hit. I've worked very hard on this, so please remember to like and subscribe. And comment down below, after I'm done this, like, what do you guys want me to do? Right? Because, I like creating content, and if you guys have any ideas or anything you want me to do, I'm more than open to hearing suggestions. So let's just get right into it here. Let's just get right into it here. Yeah, I don't know. Kind of just lock in here and, do what I need to do. I think I know what I'm gonna...
Yeah.
Just simple. Simple name. No, just immediately get into it here. Let's just immediately just crank down on this and, let's get this going. And get this done tonight, because tomorrow I doubt I will even be able to do one. I might be able to get one done tomorrow. And that's maybe, depending on when I wake up. So, yeah, I don't know. I have been gifted, with the life that I have. I'm not ever going to take that for granted. I'm going to try my best not to, because, throughout human history, when you look at my life, and you compare that to the lives of most other humans, I mean, it's something out of like a fairy tale, my life, right? Yes, I've had, but like, at the same time, that's nothing compared to what others have had to deal with, right? So... Whoa, getting a little close there. He's not going down. Why is he not getting staggered? Hello? Game? What? Okay, well, I've never had this before. Okay. It's the first time I've ever had that happen, where he just does not stagger at all. Okay. Interesting. Whatever. It's something that honestly I am definitely trying. I'm hoping that I can get this done ideally before the end of December. I don't know how realistic that is, though, to be completely honest. The next couple days are going to be somewhat busy. So those days are gone, probably, or one run, probably one really, really low effort run. And then that leaves like, what, 8 days? So a little over a week still in December, and then that's, there could be a chance I could get another really good run, and then I'm able to just beat it in that moment. But, I don't know, we'll see. Well, that's the exact problem. starting off strong here. Starting off real strong here. Clipping onto the knight. Getting hit by the knight. Nice. Starting off really strong here. Very cool. Very cool. Oh, let's try this again, shall we? Yeah, if I get hit here, I'm done. I'm just whatever. I don't know. I don't think I should try and fix it tomorrow. Like, realistically, if I try and fix my sleep schedule tonight and wake up early tomorrow and I'm on low sleep, I'm just gonna be miserable at the party, and I'm just gonna like crash. And yeah, I don't really wanna do that, to be honest. What is going on? What is going on with Gundyr tonight? He's oddly more tanky than usual. I swear. Not really, like, I think my understanding, I think, of every boss, except for, I think the understanding of Dancer for me actually recently has gotten a lot better. My understanding, I think, of the Dragon Slayer, yeah, Dragon Slayer is probably the boss that I am the least knowledgeable on and have the least understanding on out of all the bosses. I think my understanding, honestly, for Princes is very, very good. I think my understanding for Soul of Cinder is quite good. I don't think it's perfect. I think it's pretty good. I'm trying to think who else that I might not have like the best understanding of. No, my understanding of Yorm is actually really good. My understanding of Aldrich is actually pretty good, I think, to be honest. I'm trying to think who else. I think Pontiff I have perfect understanding of and perfect mastery. Deacons and Crystal Sage I think I have pretty well perfect mastery over. I think yeah, it's probably just Dancer. Honestly, it's probably just Dancer, Dragon Slayer, and like a little bit of Soul Cinder that I think that I don't have, that I don't understand perfectly. Okay, I think the Dancer. I think the Dancer and the Dragon Slayer, honestly, I think my understanding on those two bosses could actually be a lot better. I'm not gonna lie. I think my understanding of those two bosses could be a lot better. really though, it's only the second phase. I think the first phase of both bosses I understand perfectly. I think it is just the second phase that I am still... The Dancer I've gotten better with, but the Dragon Slayer... The Dragon Slayer, I don't know. The Dragon Slayer, I'm not sure with the Dragon Slayer. So I don't really know. It's hard to say. It really is hard to say. Like, I'm not really sure. Do you know what I mean? I'm not really entirely sure exactly how that pans out in the second phase. I think my second phase understanding could get a lot better. I could actually practice. The thing is with the Dancer is like, again, I don't use save files. I haven't modded this game at all, right? There's just 0 mods on this. And I'm just too lazy to mod it. I just am. That's just the way I work. I'd rather bash my head on the wall 1,000 times than try and learn a new solution that might be 1,000 times easier. I'd still rather just do the thing I know and bash my head against the wall 1,000 times, which I think is really bad, but I think it also can be good, depending on, I think it's one of my greatest strengths. I think it's one of my greatest strengths, but it's also one of my greatest weaknesses, I think, as well, to be honest. I think it's definitely something that can make me, you know, I'm more hardworking, I'm more determined than a lot of people, I would say. But then on the same side of the coin, right, I'm also more naive, and I'm also more stubborn than a lot of people. So yeah, I'm not really sure exactly how that works, but I don't know. So well, in terms of the iceberg of runs, I would say I would say yes, I would say I am pretty deep. Yes, I would say I am pretty deep, but I would say I can still go a lot deeper. Again, I think my understanding with this build is very, very good on Crystal Sage and the Deacons and Pontiff. I think with a worse build, I think that it's not good. But yes, again, my understanding of enemies, how basically any enemy works in the game, and how to go through areas and how to collect things to make a max upgraded weapon in a very fast manner. How Alluring Skulls work, where you want to use them, you know, pretty well every boss. Again, like I said, realistically, probably about 75% of bosses I understand 100% perfectly. Enemies, I probably understand them, again, like probably like 70%, 75%. Not really sure. But again, the iceberg goes way deeper. Right, the iceberg goes way deeper than, the iceberg goes way deeper than that, right? I mean, like, for people doing it with their fists only. Right? I mean, like, that is another beast entirely. Or doing it while only level 1. Right? Well, having, like, what, I think the broadsword's, like, the only thing you can use. For the soul level 1, and then you probably just use the, what do you call it there, the raw gem. I mean, to be fair, I will say, your damage output is not as bad as you would think with a soul level 1. To be fair, I think your damage output is not as bad as you would guess it to be. To be honest, I really do. I do believe that. Oh, dude, why do I keep messing this up for real? There we go. I like it though. Yeah, normally there's a guy there like just waiting to hit you, but I don't know where he's at this time. Nowhere to be found. I'll take it. There they all are. I think that's it there for them. But yeah, no, I mean, again, like, right, I think it's also understanding the really deep understanding of enemies that I don't think I've mastered yet is a lot of enemies pathing. So enemy pathing, to be fair though, is very complicated. So I can understand why I haven't mastered that yet. Bro, you're so cringe. Is he just not attacking anymore? Oh, he missed. Whatever. Anyways, I think understanding the way enemies path and move throughout the map and the level, because there is some enemies that have what you call static movement. So that is regardless of whether you're at a bonfire or not. Regardless of whether you're at a bonfire or not. Oh man, this lady's moving, bro. Holy. Yeah, regardless of whether you're at a bonfire or not, it doesn't really matter. And they just move. Like, they keep moving, let's say like this, for example. Perfect example. I'm not saying this is true, because these don't actually have static movement, but because when you are at a bonfire, their movement resets. Their path. Oh, that might be cooked there. I think I'm good. Basically, what I'm trying to get at is that, holy, that's close. I think, for example, there was a run there where I got hit. By an enemy, and the enemy wasn't where it was supposed to be. You know what I mean? It wasn't where it was supposed to be. I didn't understand why it was there. But then I kind of thought, I've been thinking about this more recently. It was that lady with the twin blades, just like we have, but they're like not as clean. They're like dirtier twin blades. And I was thinking, right? I was thinking, you know, why is that enemy like so out of position? And I thought about my stamina management, and I remembered that on that character, my stamina management was awful. I remember on that run, the stamina management that I did was really, really bad, and I was really, really slow on that area. And then again, that's where that idea popped in. I was like, oh, I didn't move fast enough, so her pathing was, by the time I already got there, she was right on my ass by the time I already got there. So it was cooked. I was cooked. Right? So again, with enemies in this run, there are a lot, and I mean a lot, of nuanced, like very, very little like nuanced things that if you don't know, that it will fuck you over so hard in a run like this. Because, you know, to be honest with you, you don't want to be getting hit by enemies, right? That's the last thing you want to get hit by, is an enemy, a rat, a dog, you know, whatever. You don't want to be getting hit by that, you know. that's kind of something that, you know, if it's preventable, like, that's just a really bad hit to get hit by. You know, with a boss, you know, it's more like, okay, well, it's just like you made a mistake, whatever, you know, maybe next time. But with an enemy, it feels more like just, like, it's more tilting, it's more angering, it's more like you feel like you messed up and you feel like, not necessarily that you messed up, but you feel like you wasted that opportunity, especially late into the run. If you get hit by an enemy, that's really, like, really nasty. Because I remember there was this one time really late, like really late into the run. Okay, like I'm talking, I was basically like a minute away from the princess and I was going up the massive stairs. I remember, and I was just like, I don't know what I was doing. I was in a call with all my friends. I don't know why I hadn't deafened at that point. I feel like that was pretty dumb of me, to be honest, to not deafen at that point. I feel like that was pretty damn dumb of me, but anyways, as I was running up the stairs, just as I was running up these, an enemy hit me, and I think it was because it was like a crazy PB. Like, it was a crazy PB. It was like the farthest I had gotten in so long. Like, I had never gotten there before. And I remember I was so, like, ecstatic. So I don't think I was actually that upset about it. But looking back now, I definitely should have been more upset about that. Because that, again, anything where you're getting past the Dragon Slayer, you have, in my opinion, once you get past the Dragon Slayer, you have a serious shot at getting the run. Like a very serious shot at getting the run. Right? You're at that point where it's like, you know, I would say honestly it's pretty much 50-50. Like it's anyone's game here, basically. Right? Once you get past the Dragon Slayer. So I think the Dragon Slayer honestly is I don't think it's necessarily like, how do I say, I don't think it's necessarily like, I don't want to say it's like insanely inconsistent or anything. I don't know. It's really hard to say, because I do think that there are a lot of things in this game that just come down to just straight up, like, you just gotta do runs. You just gotta put effort in and time in and do like a bunch of runs, basically, and then that's when you get more. It's like, I don't know. That's really the best way I can explain it. It's the same thing as like ranking up in a game, you know. Some people, yeah, there's gonna be some people out there, that's not me. I know that's not me with anything in life. There's gonna be some people out there that are, you know, they just get it immediately. They just understand and it just comes to them perfectly. You know, and it just all makes sense. They just understand and it's just easy. Whatever. You know. For me, that's definitely not the case. You know, I make mistakes. I do not clutch. I wouldn't say I'm bad under pressure. Don't get me wrong. I don't think I'm bad under pressure. I just don't think I'm good under pressure, though, either. Because, like, that I got hit on the Soul of Cinder. And that hit was, like, really dumb. That was a really, like, bad hit on my part. I'm saying. That was a really stupid hit. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, that was just, I should not have gotten hit by that. Like, you know. I just didn't, yeah, no, I just got hit. I don't know. I might be cooked here. see? I think I'm good. My stamina management definitely wasn't amazing there, but it wasn't like the worst. When you're recharging your stamina, you don't want to, with those guys, you want to be basically right leveled, like right beside them. You want to be level with them as you stop running. You don't want to be before them. You don't want to be too past them. I will say though, with that, it's better to be a little bit past them than a little bit before if you're charging up your stamina. Now, dude, definitely like going through areas is a lot easier than it was before at this point, because we have the Chloranthy ring, which is like really good. So. Oh shit. This might be cooked. How did this guy get up here so fast? Oh, lucky. Nice, he just decided to not drop down. He decided to not drop down for a little visit. I'm not really sure. I mean, with the no death though, the no death is so much. It's on a completely different, way different, completely different field than the no hit. The no hit is. The no-death is, I think, to be honest, the no-death is still in the realm of normalcy. like the no death is still in the realm of like, you know, someone that still just like enjoys the game, and just like likes the game and is like, you know, really enjoys the game and plays it as like one of their most played games, but still is like a normal person and still like just does whatever. I think that is still in the realm of like very normal, like normalcy. Where like I wouldn't be surprised, you know, if they weren't, you know, like for reference, again, not to be that guy, but for reference, right? The no death took me, training included, practice included, whatever, all things included. The no death took me 1 week in Dark Souls 3. 1 week to beat in Dark Souls 3. I still haven't beaten the no hit yet. So, yeah. Basically, it's on another stratosphere of difficulty. Yeah, he's sleeping right now, I know. So even if I did get far in, I probably wouldn't text him. I don't think I'd text anybody. I think I'd just like if I got it tonight, it'd be like probably what, like 4:30 or something like that when I'd be done. I'd probably honestly end up just like silently celebrating and just being like really happy, and probably honestly staying out like pretty crazily late, just because of like how the adrenaline rush would be. The adrenaline rush of getting my first no-hit run would be like nothing before. Like just, it would be like, so. Well, I mean, I don't know. There's a lot of, like, there's still, like, quite a few ways of doing this run. There's no, like, one way of doing it. There's lots of methods that are, like, very accepted, I think. I think there's lots of good methods, to be honest. Like, I've seen people do it with, like, a rapier. I've seen people do it with magic. I've seen someone do this run with a great bow. So yeah, I mean, it's pretty much anything's on the table. It's just, again, like, your level of understanding of everything has to be on such a higher level to do something like that than something I'm doing. Like, your level of like conceptualization and like genuine understanding of everything has to be like just literally perfect, basically, to do something like that, like a great bow no-hit run. Right, like borderline basically has to be like, yeah, basically borderline perfect. You know, no errors basically with anything. You know, I still get hit in running areas quite often, actually. I think that is, though, more of the fact that I cannot maintain proper focus for 2 hours straight on something any longer. I think I am minimally focused. I do not think I am fully locked in for this hour and 45 minute venture. I do not think I am nearly locked in for the whole thing. Not even close. Probably not even half of it. I'm probably not locked in. That, or I get nervous and then I just make stupid mistakes. So, I don't know. hard to say though. It really is, because it's really easy to mistake like nerves and like adrenaline. I don't know. Learning to play off lock-on is something that is good in some cases with some things, but no, I would recommend using lock-on for about 90% of this game. There's a couple bosses where, hey, it can definitely work, right? Like Aldrich being the absolute like pinnacle of that. It can totally work. You know, don't get me wrong, but he's playing like defensively. Yeah, he's playing defensively. Come on, bro. Ain't no way, bro. Now bro's gonna start running when the other guy comes up. Okay, that's cool, I guess. I'm getting texted by my dad right now, which is definitely not the play. Oh, no, come on, bro. Oh my god. Oh. Oh, let's go. The red guy actually clutches it up here. Okay. How is this, like, so cap? I need to get this done fast. My dad is texting me. Oh shit. Maybe it's just a going to bed text. I don't know. I just want to see what he's saying. If he needs help with something. Everybody is on another honest feeling. Everybody is windmill in the air today. Feeling everybody else. There is a deep level of concentration that you need to be able to have. Yo, bro, what's up, dude? Here, hold on, give me a second. I can talk to you. Just give me a minute. Here. You can, yeah, no, you got it, bro. I will come talk to you in a second when I'm a safe area. Love is free to everybody else. These rats are trying to get me for real, bro. Come on. No, Dad, I'm recording, eh?
Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. I'll come talk to you in just 1 second.
Alright, I love you, bud.
Oh, I love you too. I'm gonna come to you in 1 second. Alright, I'll come over in 1 second. I'll be right back. Everybody is love is fleeting. Everybody is. Oh no, it's nice and warm in here. Boy, you don't realize. You don't realize, man. Until you go out into that cold room, you don't realize how warm it is. Holy. I guess that's life though, right? You don't realize how, what am I doing? The secret rat. This guy thinks he has aura. He's the dude in the friend group that thinks he has aura. There's no way. So now basically we're going on to Walnir, and Walnir, other than I would say Pontiff is the most scripted fight in the game. Pontiff's the most scripted fight in the entire game, I think, to be honest. I think he is genuinely the most scripted fight in the whole game. I think Walnir is pretty scripted. I think Walnir, let's think about it. Walnir, Pontiff, Crystal Sage. Yeah, Walnir, Pontiff, Crystal Sage, and then honestly Vort and Judix are just so easy that they don't really count. So, yeah, I'd say like, yeah, those are the, whoops. I would say, yeah, I would think those would be the most, those are, I would say, arguably the only scripted fights, though, in the run. So, it's nice when you get to them. Pretty simple, nothing too crazy. Just buff before you get out of the grass. I always like to go for one punish there, even if he isn't putting his hand down. I kind of come in a little closer, and I kind of know he's going to do the slam. His wrist is going to break there. Never let him summon his sword. You always have to be quick enough to kill him before he summons his sword. If he summons his sword, you're pretty much cooked. That's about all I can really say for that. Like, if he summons his sword, what ends up happening, you're not always cooked. To be fair, it's a 50-50 shot once he summons a sword, because what ends up happening, right? Oh, I got an itch. Holy, my like back of my leg. Oh my god, there we go. What ends up happening a lot, what ends up happening like a lot of times is he's basically, right, is he can crawl forward, and as he crawls forward, he has the sword, right? So as he crawls forward, right, the sword just absolutely just slams your cheeks, basically. It slams down on you. So, yeah. Just whatever you do, don't get slammed. I think here too is you'll almost never have this happen, but if you get to 2 skeletons, that can be honestly pretty dangerous. So you really don't want 2 skeletons following you. Let me tell you that. Because basically you have a limited area to play with, too. You can't go any farther than that candle. If you go any farther than that candle, you get slammed by the ballista. And you have to deal with 2 skeletons at the same time. Don't want that. It's definitely a possibility. Just not being well hydrated enough lately. I haven't been drinking enough water. I find that also significantly contributes to my skin health. Like if you're ever wondering, oh, you know, why is my skin so shit, and you eat a ton of fast food and you don't drink water and you don't exercise, it's like, well, there you go. Like, answer's right in front of you, buddy. Like, water's the most important thing though. Drinking like enough water throughout the day is like super important. Like, I think it's probably what, in terms of importance of health, probably number 1 is sleep. Like at least like 7 hours a day. And it just gets worse. It just gets a lot worse from as you go down. Sleep is one of them. Sleep is one of them. Probably the next most important is probably just drinking enough water, to be honest. And then probably exercising enough is probably the next most important. And then like eating enough food, I guess, would be like tied with that, like eating the right amount of food. I don't know, apparently like 70% or something of Americans are like chronically dehydrated. Another thing too is you need more. If you're someone that drinks a coffee like me, you need more. Because coffee dehydrates you. So, yeah, honestly though, to be honest as well, coffee is like, I'm gonna try and get back down to 1 coffee a day. Because coffee is like, how do I explain it? Coffee is very like, it's very much like this. You know, it's very much just like random, like, you know, you have moods, like not necessarily mood swings, but it's very up and down. You know, you'll feel super happy, you know, super excited for no reason, super energized for no reason for like a little while, and then you'll feel like really, really like brain fog, tired, and like kind of, I don't know. That's all. What am I doing? Yeah. So this is a boss, I would say. I would say I struggle with it probably actually still to this day probably the boss that I struggle the most with. It's definitely the boss that has hit me the most amount of times, for sure. 100%. Again, this is kind of one of those bosses that instead of learning, like actually learning it well, I kind of just threw my head at the brick wall over and over again until I got it. Yeah. Love you, Dad. Have a good night. I love you, bro. But yeah, it's kind of one of those bosses that it's very much like that. It's like I just kind of threw myself at it over and over and over again until I just like understood it, even though I still don't understand it perfectly. I understand its first phase pretty well perfectly. Second phase, absolutely not. So again, the way that you want to be positioned in this fight is over on this side. So that's basically as close as you're ever going to get right there to like a one cycle. And again, obviously, ideally, you want that, right? That's great. That makes that boss a joke, because I'm not going to lie, its first phase is definitely, for me at least, I know for some people actually like the second phase more. But no, definitely for me, the first phase much easier than the second. So I do prefer fighting it, as you saw there, very, very aggressively. Yeah, and basically just being able to one cycle it. Love you, Dad. So the next area is debatably the hardest running area in the game. Debatable. It's either the hardest running area in the game, second, or third, depending on how you think about it. But I think it is definitely the second hardest. Also depends if you are talking about the upper half. Well, I guess actually this is the upper half, so if you're including the path to the princes as this running area as well, and this is without a doubt the hardest running area in the game, If you are not, then this, in my opinion, is the second hardest running area in the game. I also don't think the final running area is that hard. It's kind of more just if you're lucky and the poison kills, great. If you're not, you're kind of cooked. Like you kind of have to gonna. It just gets a little bit more complicated. Let's just say that. Holy bro is like running. Chill, bro. Holy moly, bro. Bro's the player. Bro thinks he's him. Calm down, buddy. I think I'm good here. His footsteps are kind of fading there. You can't. I think you can. I always, though, like to pretty much no matter what, always just run up here. Just in case. Because, and then while I'm waiting, I like to do this. Just in case. Because you really never know. That guy can follow you, and then if he can frame perfect, hit you off of this bonfire, and if that happens, well, yeah. I mean, at least you know that there's literally nothing you could have done in that scenario that you wouldn't have gone hit. I think for the past couple days I just did not drink very much water, and I had like always like 2 cups of coffee, so I think for the past couple days I actually have been dehydrated. That would also track with the fact that I've been doing absolutely awful in these runs lately. That would track. That would make sense, yeah. That would definitely make sense. Or at least not necessarily be the only reason, but maybe a reason. Running past that guy, honestly, was definitely a little bit risky. I've actually never seen that move ever. Genuinely, I've never seen that move ever. Whew, that did kind of scare me a little bit, to be honest. No, you do not want to do the Dragon Slayer now. You could do it, right? It's kind of just staring at you. You definitely don't want to do it right now. A couple things you're missing. Number 1 is dexterity. Believe it or not, it actually does make, at this point, it still does make quite a bit of a difference, actually. You know, a hit or 2 can make a huge difference, right? Really, really can, to be honest. You don't have to believe me, but it's true. It is true. You know, a single hit or 2 can make, you know, the world's difference. So dexterity. Second thing you do not have is the Pontiff's right eye ring. I think it is. I think it is the Pontiff's right eye ring. That is the second thing you do not have. Which is arguably probably the best ring you can get in this run with this, at least with this build. And I'll explain the reason why it's so good in this run is because your weapons basically double its effect, because as you keep hitting, you do more damage. But the thing is, with this weapon, you're using 2 weapons, so it does count as double. So yeah, it is kind of like a loophole, and it just lets you do, honestly, it basically just makes it so that if you're super duper aggressive, like, it's amazing for you. Like, if you're just insanely really, really aggressive, right, and you're just like really, really aggressive, but smart about it, it is really like your best ring. It's definitely your coup de grace. Oh, I just didn't equip it. That's why I just was worried there for a second that I didn't get myself low enough. But I did. I just didn't have it equipped. Oh my god, how did that not hit me? I'm taking that. I'm taking that all day. I don't care. I don't know how that didn't hit me, but I'm taking that all day long. All day long, I'm taking that. I'll take it. And this is why, again, my understanding of this boss is not very good. Right? It's only its attacks without its second phase effect that I understand very well. Which again is like maybe half the boss, maybe. So again, without this amazing build, I don't understand that boss very well. The deacons, yeah, I think it would be pretty similar, to be honest, from what I've seen with people who use the +6 of it. That's if you're trying to do it in an hour, though, which is like, I don't think the 40-minute, 45-minute payout is worth it. Maybe it is, to be honest, I'm not sure. I can't say for sure, but yeah, I can't imagine that would be very pleasant to do those bosses with like a +4 weapon or something. I can't imagine that would be very pleasant, no. For a second there, I thought that I had the wrong thing equipped. I thought I had the Alluring Skull equipped instead, and I was like, in my brain there for like a split second, I was like, oh, I'm cooked. We'll see. The Deacon's running area too can be interesting, so we'll see. I want to see if my theory's correct, though. I want to do this part coming up like really, really fast and see if it's different, if the like guy is like way back there, because if he is, then I know like right then and there that it was because I was just super slow. Again, with 18 dex and a Chloranthy, you should just be absolutely like powering through these areas. To be honest, you should be just like absolutely mowing through these areas. Bro thought, you get me? She's on the hunt, though. To be fair, she is actually on the hunt. Yes, I did this area much faster, and this time I had no problem, I would say, getting through that. Yes, okay. So I know that now. That was a static running area issue. I was just genuinely not fast enough. Okay, so now we're on the giant here. This is pretty simple, but much safer, like a much safer option to trying to get past it. I'm not really sure. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just wide awake. I am just locked in, to be honest. I'm not really sure why, but yeah, no, I am, for sure. Just need it one more time. Nice. Get off the nice safe kill there. Perfect. I don't like that my game is skipping a little bit. I don't love that. I always dodge that. I'm not really sure if you actually even need to, but I always dodge that because, yeah, I don't know. I feel like that's just, if you were going to get hit by that, I feel like that'd be like really awful. Man, the Lloyd Sword Ring for this build, just because you have so much damage, is definitely a good option to use. Instead of the red Tombstone, you can use it. I think as well, I've now understood better that for a stagger, you need to hit. You can't. It doesn't matter even if you have the same amount of hits in the same amount of time. It's consecutive hits as well is very important. Oh no! I just realized now my Steam is not in offline mode. I'm going to need to close my game and put my Steam in offline mode. Yeah, I'm gonna need to do that. Unless I just want to accept the consequences, like, and just accept the risks of the invaders. They are pretty slow, I would say, on average. So, like, it should be fine. I think it should be fine. I accidentally did not turn my Steam into offline mode, so basically, when you turn your Steam into offline mode, even the NPC invaders will not invade you. I'm not really sure why. I don't know why that is specifically like that. But yeah. Whoa, my god. Holy, I was not paying attention. Underrated advice for this boss: always be paying attention. And again, that's underrated. I say that's underrated advice because that is very easy. It's much easier said than done. Let's just say that. It's very easy to say you're going to pay attention, and then to actually pay attention is two very different things. I can't really hit this guy without killing like a ton of them. So, to be honest though, it isn't actually always a bad thing if you kill off a lot of them. It can actually be... Oh, are you kidding me? Damn, dude, that's crazy. It switched just as I killed him. Like the moment I... Wow. They're all attacking, so I'm not gonna go for a hit there. And now he's like really in the middle, right? So I can't really attack him here. Oh, that's the run. Oh my god. That's whatever. Yeah, now that counts as a hit. Oh well. That was a greedy hit. That was a greedy hit. So I went inwards. That's my fault, like 100%.